Today, I want to talk about a post that popped up in Dental Nachos. If you're not part of Dental Nachos, go check them out. It's a Facebook group, Dr. Paul Goodman. It's an amazing group and a lot of interaction in there. A lot of different problems and different ways to solve problems. And this particular problem popped up, and I think a lot of offices deal with this. So here's the question. Can someone help with a narrative with patients who call to make an appointment, but because we're out of network with their insurance provider, we very seldom get them to make their appointment? Now, that's really important to understand, is that if you don't do this right, you'll lose 100% of your patients. Okay. And to make this even worse, most offices lead with, what's your insurance? So if you're leading with, what's your insurance? You're losing probably about half of your patients because of that, even when the patient isn't asking about the insurance. So here's their question. Is there any way to word it as not to put a negative spin on the call, but still be upfront and not be deceptive? Thanks. So there's a couple different ways to work through this, but I'm just going to give you the way that our coaches. I literally dropped this in our Slack channel with all of our coaches, and I said, all right, guys, what's the framework to handle this? And it's more than just the words, okay? And at the end, I'm going to give you a whole training on it. But if you don't understand these steps that I'm about to explain at the beginning, then the training won't really matter for your team, okay? So the first thing is you want to build out systems. How does your office actually serve out-of-network patients? This is so important. Do you actually have a process or a system? Do you look up coverage? Do you look up on the phone and then call back? Do you wait till they get an office to look it up? Do you bill for their claims? Do you collect the difference? You have to define all of this really, really clearly for your team to be trained properly on the phones. If you don't have what kind of out-of-network office that you are, because there's like 5 or 6 different ways to do this, and none of them are wrong or right, it's just different ways to do it, then you're not going to be able to train your team because they're not really going to be sure how to tackle that. Now, step 2, once you are clear on that, then what you want to do is you want to go to your team and you want to ask them, what would it take for you to go to an out-of-network office? This answer is going to really tell you a lot about how your team feels about your current system. Okay, so if you, my front desk team, if you had an insurance that was out of network, what would it take for you to go to that office? And if they're just like, oh, I never would, there's no chance that they're ever going to be able to schedule anybody. They're just not, because they already have blockers up personally that they don't understand how this works, or they don't really believe in the way that you're doing it. So you either might need to go back to the drawing board, or you're going to need to work through some of their issues that they're going to have. Or maybe they're simple issues. Like I've seen teams they just want to do a complimentary benefits check and that solves it. Okay? Those first 2 steps are huge. What is your system? And is your team bought in on the system? Not did you just tell them about it, but how do they feel about patients who are out of network coming in? I'll give you another one that I've seen that happens all the time. You tell them like, oh, just get all the patients in. It's fine. Just tell them whatever. Get them in. And then they get them in. And then when the patient gets their bill, because you didn't set up how they were supposed to be billed properly and in network, out of network, all those kind of things, they get really mad. The patient gets mad, and guess who they yell at? They yell at your team, not you. They yell at your team. Now your team is super gun shy on these types of patients. So you got to work through all of that. You got to explain all of that. You got to get them talking about that. Okay. Now, once you have that, when the person actually calls, the biggest barrier is your front desk person doesn't think it's worth for themselves. So if they're not sold, then the patient won't be sold. So the scripting will go something like this. But again, I want to stress, if your team's not bought in, they are never going to be able to get patients through. So here's the scripting goes something like this. Absolutely. We have several patients in our practice with the same insurance as you. Can I share with you how it works? We're considered a non-participating provider, but the good news is we have a great system and we make it as easy as possible. Insert system of how you're going to take care of them, and then offer whatever the benefits check or however you're going to do it. This works well because you didn't say no. You led with confidence, and then you gave them a process for the service, and it's not a burden to them. You're not like, here's what I've seen some offices do. Well, call and see what your insurance is going to charge. That's like, this is a pain in the rear end. No one's going to do that. Okay, so that's the basic framework that will work, but it will never overcome your broken system, and it will never overcome your team not being bought in. Now, if you want a whole training on the front desk, I have that. Just comment down below. We'll get that to you. And if you think I handled it incorrectly or that there's a better way to handle it, I would love to hear that. Drop the comment down below. Thanks so much.